Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 2 Count Podcast. We're here. Little short of attendance. It's Jerry, Alvin, Hakan, and me, your host with the most, Benny. We're just getting back into wrestling, all aspects of it. NXT, ROH, ROW. We talk about
pro wrestling, Lucha Underground, just everything.
Let's get into it and.
That Lucha Underground right now, man. That was great.
It's intense, man. Well, we're in 13 episodes in, dude, and it's good shit, dude. Like, WWE would crush a cage. They would totally just...
And they have had people that are very similar to Brian Cage, and just, they go nowhere. Ryback, Matt Morgan, we were talking about, and in TNA, someone like a Crimson. They just big guys that don't go anywhere, and I don't know how they do it. And they just Lucha Underground. Maybe it's because he is a little bit different. You know, obviously he's not a luchador, but he really does stand out regardless. He does have a lot of good. He actually has might skills, and in ring he dominates.
Great presence.
He does have a great ring presence.
I think I don't know. I didn't catch last episode, but I think he did some damage to Johnny Mundo. Question mark? Anybody?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, in the
not the last injury. It's not a real injury. Yeah. It's playing. I think they're
not
playing
the last episode. Not the one that just happened, but the one before. He faced Johnny Mundo, aka John Morrison, and he
aka Johnny Nitro.
Yeah, like, and he messed him up pretty bad. And,
yeah, because this week's Underground, Johnny Mundo went against Son of Havoc.
I really like so Son of Havoc, right? It's him and his accomplice, Evilise. I'm actually a huge fan of Evilise. She was
on Tough Enough.
She was on Tough Enough, the latest season, and she just totally dominated. But yet she didn't even go anywhere. I think because she had an injury during it. But she's a great performer if you have seen her wrestle. But she's with Son of Havoc, and Son of Havoc, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, I'm becoming a fan of him.
Yeah, I mean, like the first couple of matches that I saw him in, he was getting jobbed like. Oh
see,
my God!
I caught on, and he was with Ivelisse, and he still lost the match, but it was
this was a good match.
Showcase.
He showcased that shooting star that failed, but it was so beautiful.
Shooting star fail. It was great.
No, it was because like your typical shooting star press, they gotta set that jump up. Now this guy, he just and he turned
like how Johnny Mundo, he always does those shooting sprays. Like he doesn't just walking in the middle of the ring, and he could do an invert. Yeah, dude.
Havoc did that too.
Yeah, dude.
It was crazy.
I think Johnny Mundo, this is obviously a smaller show, but you're going to get to see so much more from him. I know he did a lot of good stuff with CM Punk. Those matches were really good. And I just think this fits his style of wrestling. A lot more springy, a lot more quicker, the kicks. And I think he's going to shine a lot more. Not that he didn't shine in WWE, but just the fact that he's a smaller guy and a more lean guy. I think here in Lucha, dude, he's gonna do real good. You can watch Lucha Underground on El Rey. It's the El Rey network.
If you can't, tell your cable provider. Tell you I want to ride with El Rey.
Yeah, I really like it. And then what Del Rio cut his promo at the end of the last one, right?
Yeah, same episode. He basically talking about the difference between WWE and here, that over there they hugged them from the front, stabbed them in the back. Yeah. But here he knows that it's different. It's not a company that's like, oh, we're pushing this guy but not this guy. No, he knows that it's a company that if you work your ass off, you're gonna be fucking to the star.
And that's a big problem. Like Jerry, you've always told me about that, and like me and you have had like big debates about that, about getting in your work and getting what you deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, just paying the dues and things like that.
But
that's what's good about having like a show like Lucha Underground now. You have these alternatives from WWE. It's not just WWE anymore.
Right. I mean, it's insane that, so maybe 7 years ago, it was basically just WWE. Because even TNA was pretty like underground.
It was just pay-per-view.
They just had the pay-per-views, and you couldn't watch it on TV like you now.
You had to find it online, right? Or not even, right?
And so, you look at it. You look at WWE back then. The product was even worse than it is now. So it was just a bad product. It was like I'm sorry to say it, but it was mostly just the John Cena era kind of. It was just him, Randy Orton, like the same typical guys.
What did they say?
They were dominating.
Have you seen that meme with Orton and Cena? It's like it's got every matchup that they've ever.
Every pay-per-view.
I saw it. I was just like,
oh my god, like that's true.
It was
dude,
like,
that is
I
insane,
think they said there was a main that came out. What was it, Survivor Series?
They've done like 2 SummerSlam.
yeah. They were like, oh, this is a once in a lifetime. Or they were like, not once in a lifetime. We never ever seen this before.
The John Cena versus Randy Orton rematch number 155 or some shit like that.
But yeah, no, but it's crazy. Like, while Del Rio was cutting the promo, he gets attacked by El Tejano, fucking from AAA, fucking the former champion. Just fucking destroys him with a goddamn rope. Just, and then he's just basically calling out that he wants his title back. Now, some promotions, I know they're very heavy on defending any other title overseas. WWE apparently did not have that problem with the European title. Or probably the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
But I put on Twitter that, it'd be great to see fucking Del Rio, El Tejano on Lucha Underground for the AAA Mega Championship. God, I got so much feedback for that tweet.
Yeah,
It's
pretty awesome, man.
Cortez Castro retweeted that. AAA, the promotion, retweeted that. I was like, damn, that was crazy.
That is awesome.
And I think it's still getting retweets now that I think about it.
Either way, if you're getting retweets, that means we're getting retweets. That means we're getting out there, guys. So that means you got to get on board now and just
follow us on the Twitter, Audi.
And you get, we're one of those podcasts where we can, we talk about everything. If it has to do with wrestling and it's relevant, or if it's relevant to you, let us know. We will cover it because we want to cover everything. And sometimes it's really, really hard for us to get on everything. So just do follow us on there for sure. But so we had some Lucha Underground. We also had a lot of indie wrestling going on overseas. New Japan Pro Wrestling had some events, and we had some title changes and whatnot.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles,
dude, yeah, man. Was it the Bullet Club?
The Bullet Club.
Bullet Club is the best.
They got the gold again, man.
Best stable in the world right now, I would say.
Yeah, in the world. Yeah, you really do.
The best and only relevant stable and just powerful. Just so much talent.
The main guy in the Bullet Club, Jeff Jarrett.
That's funny. Like he wasn't even in on that. Like they sent the video to Ring of Honor because news. If nobody knows about it, the Bullet Club is gonna be at Ring of Honor's 13th anniversary in Las Vegas.
When's that?
Oh, March 1st.
They're gonna be there.
They are.
Yeah.
Wow.
The matches. That card. I haven't.
Dude.
The matches signed on that include the Bullet Club. AJ Styles versus ACH.
Oh my god.
Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson versus The Addiction and versus The Kingdom.
What?
We have Roderick Strong versus BJ Whitmer. There's also Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks for the ROH tag team. That's gonna be.
Dragon!
I love Red Dragon, but I actually love the Young Bucks a little bit more. I think, and not just because they're in the Bullet Club, but there's something about them, and a lot of people have said it. They kind of have this it kind of reminds me of the Hardy Boys, but different. They have it's
their own.
They're different.
They remind me more of the Rockers than anything.
Yeah, the Rockers too.
A Rockers slash Matt Hardy.
Yeah, just a little weird combination of both. The fact that they do these kicks and the kicks are so powerful and
their moves are very innovative, bro. I mean,
yes,
the Indie Taker is one of the ridiculous power drive moves I've seen. Also, the one I love he takes him to the corner and then the kick. He takes him to the corner and then the kick in the back of the head.
Oh, the powerbomb to the.
Yeah, as he tosses him into the turnbuckle.
Oh god,
you got Nick hitting him in the back of the head.
No, my favorite from theirs is it's groggy on the floor. Nick goes for a 450, and then Matt goes for the moonsault. Fucking crazy at the same time.
The syndication they have and the cohesiveness, it's just unmatched. Not that many tag teams that can, not even in WWE right now.
WWE is so far behind.
I understand they have great tag teams. We've talked about these great tag teams, but
they're so far behind right now though. I'm talking about
the indies.
Yeah. Tag teams mean something, dude. The WWE is just so far behind in tag. They have no idea where they're going right now.
And it just sucks that WWE can't even take advantage of what's going on and be like, you know what, we're gonna up it up. And they are trying to do that in NXT at least. We've talked about NXT. They're trying to do that with your Murphy and Blake and little teams like that. But they're not just as quick and responsive as someone like the Young Bucks or Red Dragon or even Kazarian and Daniels.
Yeah, so I put that article that I wrote with the prospects. I would really base it around Red Dragon. I just really think WWE needs to sign one of these teams, either the Young Bucks or Red Dragon.
Well,
one of these teams.
I believe the Young Bucks.
Here's the thing, though. But really quick on that, they had a chance to sign.
They were
the
Wolves. I know the Wolves. They passed up on that.
They passed up on the Wolves because I think Davey Richards got injured.
Did they pass up on the Wolves, or the Wolves passed on them?
No, they passed up on the Wolves.
No, because one of them got injured during their first NXT taping,
Really?
and I think they're like, nah.
So like just one time.
Yeah,
are you sure about that though?
I think.
They right away started working with TNA, amazing matches right after that.
No, like they said something about an injury. Like one of them got injured, but it wasn't that bad. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a bad injury, but they're like, nah.
What I read was that they just didn't like the height, which is stupid. Eddie Edwards is a big guy. Davey Richards sure small, but they're a tag team, so it's okay. You got two different guys here.
I think the Young Bucks have been offered already, but I think they actually passed on it.
Or it might have.
The only reason why I don't think Young Bucks have a chance.
So vanilla.
It's because they would be completely something different. Because of what I don't think WWE would like what they have with Young Bucks. Too many super kicks. Too many. You know what I mean?
Too many Shawn Michaels.
It's insane for us to even say that's too much. Like it's too much for them to handle. Almost like
but that's what WWE is.
Right now on ringofhonor.com, ladies and gentlemen, ringofhonorshop.com, they have the Super Kick Party DVD, 2 DVDs, $29.99.
Damn, man.
That's probably good.
We are one of the biggest advertisement podcasts.
Free advertising for the wins.
Because you know why?
Somebody please call us, dude, and pay us. Yeah, come on, please.
I think the only people
give me a guilty Young Bucks shirt, by the way.
It's like WWE Shop because they make enough money off their Reebok shirts and their.
They make them enough money off John Cena.
It's so bad. I can't stand that.
Continuing with the Ring of Honor card for
2 count.
For the 13th anniversary, the high stakes match.
Yeah, the main event.
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
Jay Briscoe, Tommaso Ciampa, Hanson, and Michael Elgin.
I'm actually a big fan of Hanson.
Dude. I like Jay Briscoe, even though he's been around the Indies for a while now.
I
know the Briscoes are huge. I've never been completely sold on them, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's gonna be really shocking to a lot of people, but I don't know what it is.
I love those guys.
Something about those guys for me. I'm not completely sold on them yet, and I think I follow around the other, like when Seth Rollins and them were there, I was more like the scum, I like that aspect of Ringo, that whole, what's his name, Jimmy Jacobs, all those guys.
Oh, scum,
yeah, and for the reason I just never got on. Maybe it's probably me because I really didn't get to really watch everything they did, but to me they were just like, I know they're great, but
they've got some great promos on YouTube.
They do have some cool, interesting,
pretty hilarious
stuff. They're hilarious. That would never work on not even WWE, not even work on TNA. It wouldn't even work on Impact.
That's the thing. I don't think the Briscoes, and it's like I mentioned.
It's just a shame though.
Yeah.
Like
again, we're kind of a running theme with the tag teams here.
Yeah.
I mean. There's so many great tag teams on the indie scene.
They just don't want to. They're too.
And the weird thing is that they can turn tag teams. They can make tag teams work from just 2 random people, like 2 random wrestlers. They can put them together and they'll work.
Team Hell No.
Are you talking about it in the
in the indies?
In the indies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
WWE doesn't work so well.
Oh no, definitely not.
Red Dragon, they're
technically,
they were a makeshift team.
They're like these makeshift teams are a great word.
Well, the thing is, what's good about indies is, y'all might disagree with me a lot, but indie work is just in-ring work. So you can almost mesh up anyone you want to, and it's gonna work because everybody's working real good, like by themselves, and there's not so much story. You know what I mean? There's build-up behind a lot of stuff. You get this going on. Man, they faced a lot of good stuff together, so that's a rivalry just through in-ring work, and that's the thing, like. It's all kayfabe outside of WWE. It's all in-ring work. It's all in-ring work, and there's no. That's it. Like there's some promo cutting.
But Triple H actually kind of mentioned it in the podcast that in WWE kayfabe is almost dead.
It is, and WWE kayfabe is dead.
Exactly.
But also,
I would say it was dead when Total Divas started happening.
I would say it was dead. Much years before.
That's the thing. It's like. That's why,
like it's solidified.
Look, if we went back to that and the WWE cut Raw an hour, you would get so much more in ring. You would get so much more kayfabe. You know what I mean? You would get what it is, and maybe
instead of just random
And
squash
so,
matches
random squash
don't matter.
matches. And
They had R-Truth go against Bray Wyatt.
yeah, it's like,
Why?
come on, man.
Why? You have Bray Wyatt, just great, just obviously I love Bray Wyatt. He's great at everything he does, just there in the ring, ready to put on this good match.
What
Can you do? Like, what the hell?
What can you do? It's like Bray Wyatt does everything great, but what can you do when they give you R-Truth? No, I'm not knocking down on R-Truth. I'm not knocking down on R-Truth. He's old and he's there for his reason. What's up? It's just
they love him here in Houston.
I understand.
Oh, dude, that what's up is loud.
I hate when I honestly like.
How come I can hear you from my house saying what's up, dude? Don't lie.
Man, I have to get out of my seat for a little bit.
Oh, dude, it's fucking pissed, dude. Of all places, they broke the bow streak. They squashed it here in Houston, dude.
I almost forgot about that.
That pissed me off, man. That pissed me off.
Dude.
I'm still a believer.
It sucks because
And it was R-Truth.
That kind of it was R-Truth. And that kind of means that like Houston is a fucking face city.
It's a
They love their Cena, no offense to my friend Benny here.
You can't say me.
They
Never
love
give up.
Cena.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. Don't stick it in there.
I'm about to do it. They love their Roman Reigns.
I might like it.
They love their Roman Reigns. They love their Randy Ortons. I remember when Bray Wyatt had just started out, I was the only man in like a field of people that was just going nuts, and people were looking at me like, "What is wrong with this guy?" And I was just like, "Dude, this is Bray Wyatt. You guys." They will get on board, and everyone gets on board. They bring out the little firefly lights, and everyone thinks they're a Bray Wyatt fan for like a half a second. But I'm still a huge supporter of him, and I don't care what he does. Lately, they put him in these garbage rivalries and matches. He just still shines for me, and
Bray Wyatt is one of a kind, dude.
The best talker they have right now, I think. Just overall, and you have guys like Dolph Ziggler, but they're not giving someone like Dolph Ziggler the time of day right now.
He's kind of in a purgatory right now.
Yes, he is. And it just sucks because Eric Rowan's also in that, and Eric Rowan's actually really cool.
Eric Rowan is a good talent.
He's a good talent.
He's a good big guy.
Screwing him over, man.
I mean, what's going to happen with Ziggler?
I don't know.
I thought they were making a team with him and Ryback.
That's what I've been hearing.
That's not even a good idea. That's a terrible idea. I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't want to see
and
that.
Ryback, I want Ryback to get his own thing, bro. Dude, the Feed Me More is just so big,
it was
dude.
Going, but
it was.
It still is, dude. He comes out and it's it's still super loud.
It's
and then you get,
they're not pushing them in the right direction. They keep grouping them together, like Rowan, Ziggler, just because they're like anti-authority. Now they're grouping them together and just screwing them over. I guess.
You just need more mid-card feuds, actual rivalries, some story,
something that matters,
something to give these guys to sink their team instead of just coming out every week with nothing. You know what I mean?
Make those titles mean something. Make those mid-card titles mean something.
Where is Wade Barrett?
Even without the
Where is Wade Barrett? He's doing a backstage segment called BNZ. Like he's not even. So the Intercontinental title, he shouldn't even have the title. Why does he have the title? Because even if it's in a rivalry with Ambrose, who cares? Because it doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, I'm gonna be like on BNZ, and Ambrose just, I want to get that guy. I'm crazy. Like, I mean, it sucks because I absolutely love Dean Ambrose as.
It's just the
but
thing
he's
is
good right now in WWE. They're just not doing anything with him.
Bad News Bear's got a lot of respect on the 2 Count podcast.
I love Bad News Bear, but I
because
just don't think they're doing anything.
the junk with Josie, he's got the biggest bulge apparently in WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Bad News Bear, just like when they had that random match, going back to randomism, when they had the random Intercontinental match, Dolph Ziggler and Bad News Bear before he got injured, it was gold, dude. It had us jumping out of our seats.
On TV, you know what I mean? Coming out, he was doing stuff. They're making that title relevant. And then
guy's injury prone, dude. I see him getting hurt again real soon. Wade Barrett?
It's ironic that he goes around as this like big fighter guy that takes a lot of hits. But he's the one who gets injured more than probably anyone else.
Yeah. He's just such a good talent.
I think he beat Batista. I think he's already beaten Batista in injury proneness.
Probably.
Maybe Christian too.
And don't get me wrong, guys. Everyone listening, I absolutely love Dolph Ziggler. Absolutely love Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett. But
Bad News now, right? It's not even Wade no more.
It's not even Wade Barrett anymore.
I haven't noticed that. Like, do they put
Bad
News Barrett under?
In WWE 2K15 in the game, it says Bad News Barrett. but on the commentary they still call him Wade Barrett.
Because I think he even did an interview. He did an interview.
This is bad news.
I read it. Yeah, he was like, so is it Wade Barrett or bad news? Like, as of now, it's bad news Barrett. It's bad news.
They're doing that. I'm like,
either way, I'm saying like, I love those guys. It's just that their mid-card status is in jeopardy because it is mid-card status, but they're going nowhere. Like, I don't care. Like, even when they had the Miz teaming up with Mizdow doing the mid-card rivalry with, who are they doing the mid-card rivalry with? The Usos, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like a mid-card rivalry, but it actually made sense, and even that's kind of dropped off a little bit. And the only thing kind of relevant is the Goldust Stardust thing, kind of. It's building up for WrestleMania.
They're focusing on WrestleMania.
Cody come back on his own shit. I like Cody he's a great talent, dude.
I thought he was ready for when Money in the Bank happened, when he got betrayed by Sandow.
No, it's really good.
But even then, dude. You got Sandow.
Sandow won it, and then they had a good mid-card rivalry, and then the payoff.
Sandow is a top mid-card heel.
Right.
The payoff was
perfect, dude. So much character, so much in-ring ability.
And now he's getting probably like the second or third best pop on the show.
Probably.
So he's
if you don't count the big three, John Cena.
No, dude, he's getting bigger pop. He's getting.
Well,
man, he's
top
two. He's top two, dude.
He's not getting any heat. He's actually getting like 100% pop.
No, he's a babyface. Right?
So
he's playing to the crowd. He'll
look at him and be like, look at Miz.
I like that.
Miz is still
I like the Miz thing though. Oh yeah.
and then when he does it, everyone goes into
I love what Miz has been doing with this feud, man. I absolutely.
It's like for the it's funny. It took being making a mimicry of Miz for him to get over, because you saw before that in the lumberjack match he was wearing a lumberjack shit and nobody was like,
when it came to
who the fuck is that guy?
When it came to Houston,
he was fucking.
Houston, we had a problem. Actually, we have many problems.
I was with Jerry and I told him the other day that.
Have you seen any of his SCW stuff?
Yes.
Dude,
Sandow. I'm telling you, like, he was on the, like, how right now, how people like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens were on top. He was at that. It was him, Leo Kruger, Seth Rollins.
Was it Titus O'Neil was also big with it too?
That was before these crap guys came in. Like, so it was basically like, because before them it was like the Sheamus, Titus, Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
But then after
that was also good too.
Leo Kruger, Damian Sandow. In FCW they had a thing called the Jack Briscoe Championship, and it was basically like a medal, but it was like a 30-minute You basically it was like a 30-minute match, and that's how you defended that title.
Yeah.
He had that. It was like a medal, but it was also a championship.
Yeah.
He had that for I don't know how long.
I think he was longest reigning.
He was the longest reigning, I think, something like that. And he was just like, he had the whole like when he debuted type of gimmick, but it was so much more grand. Yeah. And he was a heel, but
when he came out talking shit, dude, fucking Sandow.
It was great. Dude, I missed that. Honestly.
That's my biggest. Dude, I want if I could pull for anyone in the main stage, not even he's bigger than mid card, dude. If I could pull for anyone to go, onto the main stage, main eventing is Sandow. Like, the thing is, his physique, dude. That's what kills him. I think. I just think he's not. Cut
I would say in FCW and then a little bit of his beginning and the time in WWE, he did have a good physique. It's just, I think, like the lack of.
Yeah, the lack.
He's not working as much because he's only going to be in what?
He's
10 seconds.
He's doing small gimmick things, and it's like, why would I have to work out when you have someone like Seth Rollins that's like the main stage?
You got to think.
You have to work out.
You got to think about the future. It's like if you continue that up, like it goes back to what me and Jerry talked about before. Is like, and they don't get their rewards for what they do. They don't get rewarded. Like, but I feel as if he did put to the gym and keep going to work, like they would eventually reward him. But then, like, we look at it and other shows like Lucha, TNA, they'll reward you, and all the other indies. Like, you do your good work, you're gonna get rewarded.
But I appreciate, like, I understand exactly what you're saying, Benny. But I am still a supporter of you don't have to be in shape to be great. And Bray Wyatt is, once again, I keep bringing him up, but it's just relevant again. Someone like a Bray Wyatt, Kevin Owens, definitely.
And Sandow's not like the only one. If you look at Titus O'Neil had a good physique when he started, and now you can see that little beer belly starting.
Yeah, but he's he's always had that though. It's like where his pack, he's still got an 8-pack on top of that.
I'll tell you what though, Cesaro has the best physique I would think on the main roster right now. One of the besides like Seth Rollins, and look how long look what it took for him to kind of get back a little bit. He's doing great things with Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, but also like Cesaro, like that goes back to the kayfabe. That goes back to the kayfabe. You know what I mean? Like he's got great physique and he's got good in-ring work. But that's pure kayfabe. Like he's missing a character. You're missing something. There's a disconnection. It's what Vince said. You know what I mean?
Do you really think he doesn't have a character? Or do you think
they've taken the character?
Well, yeah. Do you think that he really needs a character? Is the question. He's a European guy that's a pompous European guy, just like I guess the stereotype is that, and he was like that for a long time. Yeah, they dropped it off and they kind of gave him this
rugby racer thing.
But he started with the rugby, and then they actually just gave him like the European guy. He's a better than you type thing, and he's had that. And I feel like that's a good enough character for him to stand out as a heel, and he's doing great with that.
He was getting over purely on his in-ring work.
Exactly.
I mean, that big swing, that big swing had everyone in the arena. And then people, that's how you can make a connection in that ring, and
you can do a random move like a swing and still do all the other great stuff around it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And actually,
there could be a little something. It's like I could say like Daniel Bryan. Does he have a character per se?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
But his
movement.
But right. But that's what I'm saying. So if he's got that.
He got the saying, but that's not.
But what really got him over was his in-ring work.
Right.
Because all the shit that he was
would
doing,
you say his in-ring work got him over? Because when he finally started getting the yes movement, and grabbing grabbing the marks and stuff. He grabbing all the kids and he grabbing everyone. Okay, he grabbed all of us with his in-ring work. Right. But what really got him over grabbing the rest of the crowd and getting.
But how did he do that? I feel it was the tag team with King that did that.
Yeah,
it really amplified. I feel like that's where
it started. Character.
It amplified his no thing. Well, the yes thing that turned into a no thing. Everyone did the yes thing because that was just a small little entrance that he did. It wasn't supposed to turn into anything. He would do that kind of thing, and people were just like, yes, I like to see this guy, and it evolved, right? Yeah. And then he got into the tag team, right? And became the tag team champions. That's when things really
funny skits with that.
Yeah, that was
that was a good time.
The graduation thing, and it was like something. No, I mean yes.
No, that turned his character into what he is today.
Yeah, because he was being very heelish. For me, for Team Hell No was Royal Rumble. It's like, what's your number? Like you're not big enough to handle my number.
Oh, God.
Fucking Kane.
I'm a big person. Like you can have a good in ring, and you have to have a presence. You cannot be completely vanilla. Like someone like Tyson Kidd was for so long, but now he's starting to have his own little character. It's not necessarily a gimmick. It's just a character.
Like jump in front of Natalya or stuff like that.
And the whole thing with Natalya, it's
that man.
Really good.
I wish something could happen there with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
I think they're on the.
It looks like that. Put some gold on them.
Yeah, they'll get the gold.
That is a squad right there.
And then to see them go against them as they're heels, but they're the heels that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Them go against the Extension. Now we have a legit tag team rivalry again on the main stage.
I don't like what has happened with the Usos. Like I believe the Usos I believe their heads have blown up. You can even see it in their promos and everything. Like I believe
they have the same character they have the last.
I believe they've forgotten who they are. You know what I mean? Like I just because even like their in-ring work.
You know what? I want them to break up. I've thought about this a lot of times, and I think if they actually did break up and then become separate characters. I would actually think it would improve I would think it would have them break up and then get reformed later down the line. I think it would actually meet them because you have, I don't know which one it is, but the one that's with Trinity, what's her name?
Naomi.
Naomi. You have, that one has he does have a different character than the other one. Oh. So if they could, just to improve their character,
the other
split
one
them up.
Talk at all.
Yeah, I guess he kind of just goes along with the other one, but they have to do that because right now they're so stale.
It's just when they do that, one's gonna be higher than the other one, and most likely
that's what I think.
Most likely gonna be the one with
Naomi. Like that brings me up Crime Time when that happened when they split them up.
Yeah,
I was like, JTG.
But they never
JTG stayed on the roster for like
forever, just on the back seat
hanging in the back and catering.
And Chad Gospel.
What was it, dude? You posted up something like the inevitable happened, dude. But, yeah, it took a while, but the inevitable happened.
It did. I mean, I couldn't. I thought he knew some secrets or something, man. He was just on that roster, absolutely doing nothing at home. You know, I'm just not even on the road or anything, just there, dude.
And how he felt.
I bet you Triple H just looked at the roster and like the invoices. I'm like, why are we paying these 8 people for nothing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm Triple H is like, yeah, we need to.
Well, it's like, you know what? I was mad that they cut.
We scrap. Hey, JT, go away. We'll bring in Kevin Owens.
Yeah, exactly.
But
like,
you know what? In that cut, just talking about that cut, they let go of Noxana. I like Noxana. Oksana, whatever. Hoxana.
I don't know.
I liked her, bro. You know,
she sucked.
They have better people in NXT that haven't even debuted yet than someone like Oksana.
Streeter.
I guess I.
Oh god!
I guess I just like looking at
Dude,
Oksana.
no. Look at going back to the Seth Rollins dick pic. What do you think is gonna happen to that chick?
Nothing. They already said that she can't get in trouble for it.
Neither her?
No.
Oh.
The only one that could get in trouble is Seth Rollins, but since that's wasn't his fault really. Someone else, you know,
since
his
ex-fiance.
Since
he's so awesome, dude. If he was having no push, like if it just would have went to shit, him going under the authority's arm.
If Heath Slater did it, then he would have been fired instantly. Like,
no.
Oh, maybe not. Actually,
how's he going? No, he did have that sexual assault charge thing going on. But I guess
I guess that wasn't on the main stage enough. So. Anyway, so we still didn't get to a lot of things. We're gonna wrap it up next week, though.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a quick break, and we're gonna get back with you. There's gonna be a little pause in our cast right now. Sorry we're having a little technical difficulties, and we'll get right back with you shortly. All right, going back to the dick pic.
That's what we're going back with? Okay.
We're going back with the dick pic. Hashtag dick pic.
Okay, Heath Slater would get fired, but...
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. So we had, we talked about the Lucha Underground, which was great. Like the New Japan Wrestling had some good stuff. I never really get to cover it, but Impact Wrestling, which is on now Destination America, has been doing some pretty interesting things lately. Obviously, if you're not watching it, Brock Lesnar of TNA, Bobby Lashley is the champion, and I would say like a Bobby Lashley.
I am the champion. Like
he's like Mike Tyson, right? The Mike Tyson of wrestling.
It's worse, man.
Well, Bobby Lashley is, he is what it is. But besides that, there's a lot of interesting, really good feuds going on right now. You guys know Showtime Eric Young.
Yeah.
Right. He has a pretty. It's an awkward rivalry with Bobby Roode right now. It's awkward because
I like Roode, man. Bobby Roode's really good.
Because MVP has a little squad called the Beatdown Clan. It's very
3-minute warning.
Yeah, it's very like half-assed, but it's like it's MVP, Low-Key, Samoa Joe. Which I mean, it's a
Low-Key.
Yes.
I thought he retired.
Nah, he's in there. It's a stacked stable, but they're just not carrying it out completely right. And Kenny King, they're all in this like crew or whatever, like little stable. It's not really good compared to stuff like Bullet Club we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the thing is though, Eric Young is not in the Beatdown Clan, but he hangs out with them a lot, and he
he's kind of a guy like get that,
he always goes out. He's been going after Bobby Roode because he has like this really. He's turned heel and he has his feud with them. So that's been going on for weeks now.
So wait, would you like let's just say the Bullet Club versus the Beatdown Clan? Would that entertain you?
Looking at the talent, dude, Samoa Joe, Low-Key, yeah, I mean it would be great.
Samoa Joe's good. Man, what happened to Samoa Joe? Got so fat.
He's still pretty big.
I know, but man, back before with early TNA, he was slim,
dude. He wasn't as big.
Dude, he was really slim. Anyways,
but I mean, just the actual talent, it'd be actually pretty good. I mean,
I like Samoa Joe.
MVP can still go. I mean,
MVP is a great talent.
He's awesome. And he's a good. Like I said, I just think the actual how they carried out is kind of half-assed, but the actual his voice is really good. Kenny King is pretty much a douchebag, but I mean he's a good. But he's a good heel.
He's a badass.
But he's a good heel and he's a good wrestler, so that works out. And
he works at Chippendales.
Oh yeah, apparently. But we have a lot of other talent in Impact Wrestling. One being Bram, who has become this hardcore go-to guy for them. He's had some of the greatest hardcore matches I've seen on their pay-per-views, on their episodes, and stuff like that. He had a small rivalry with the Monster Abyss and stuff like that. But
yes, man, that goes way back, dude.
Yeah, but Bram he used to be in the WWE. His name was he was in NXT. Named as Kenneth Cameron, and he was a part of the original extension with Conor O'Brien. And they had a really good thing going. I was in love with that gimmick and that tag team. But he had some legal issues. Something happened with some assault and battery with a cop or something like that, and they let him go. And it took a while, but they moved him over to Impact, and he's been doing great. He's actually in a relationship with Charlotte Flair. I think they're married, so that's pretty badass. And you can see him on Instagram all over, everything like that.
That's weird though. Like you figure they'd be like, I don't know. Figure they'd be able to pull each other back to, maybe pull them back to WWE. Yeah. But I guess once strings are cut, they're cut.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I feel like if his run in TNA ends, they may bring him. I mean, the fact that Charlotte Flair is his wife, that means he has connection to Ric Flair, which means I feel like they could definitely pull some tree and bring him back in there.
What if like Ric Flair like, fuck that dude, leave him in TNA? No, that's stuff we don't know behind scenes. You know what I mean?
But so you have that. Another
current son-in-law.
another talent they have coming up is apparently he hasn't debuted yet, but Drew McIntyre. 3MB, bro. Yeah. Like he's coming up, and it's just interesting for him that McIntyre was so good when he first debuted, and then for a long time just went downhill.
He was the chosen one.
He literally,
that was literally his on-air name.
Yeah,
the chosen one.
I love Drew McIntyre.
I mean, Vince McMahon came out and actually did like a little promo segment.
That was his pet project.
Yes,
and he failed miserably.
And it sucks because he is great. And then he proved that when they Future Endeavor him, which sucks. When they did that, he went ahead and went on the indie scene. And the next month, he was a champion. I cannot remember the actual promotion he won. He won a title.
It was some promotion probably in England, or something like that.
Wait, he left WWE and went where?
He went back on the indie scene.
Oh,
he actually won a few titles or something.
Yeah, I think WWE's the only one where you can't be on an indie scene and be on them, right?
Yeah.
Is there everywhere else you can?
Well, I think TNA might have the same thing, but then again, I don't know because Havoc, who is one of the female wrestlers in Impact, she actually
big black chick.
No, that's Carmen.
Jessica Havoc.
Well, that's Awesome Kong.
Yeah, okay.
But Jessica Havoc, she was on the indie scene as well, Shimmer and all that kind of stuff. She is also in Impact. She actually went to a iPay-per-view for like Shimmer or Shine or I don't know, one of the all-female promotions. So, but she's also in TNA, so it's like I don't know if they have that same clause.
Yeah.
But yeah, WWE.
I don't think they do. I think TNA's a little bit more lenient.
Yeah, they're a lot more lenient. But WWE, you cannot, if you cannot do anything. And
then they added
Future Endeavor, you have to wait.
Yeah.
And not only that, now they added the clause where if you get Future Endeavor by disciplinary action, you can't go to UFC.
All right, explain to me what Future Endeavor is.
When you're fired.
Yeah, we use that term because
it's because when somebody gets released, they always say we wish them good luck in their future endeavors.
Yeah.
Like every time you see it on the
anytime someone leaves the company, I think they did it with like JTG and Justin Gabriel when he left, all that stuff. So yeah, they get
because it kind of started with what's that asshole's name? John Laurinaitis when he came on TV.
Yeah,
he started saying it, and
it's like
he was the talent relations guy.
He was the guy that,
and I would say he kind of fucked it up.
That dude sounded like he smoked cigarettes for 80 years.
He kind of fucked it up because like you couldn't tell if somebody was really getting fired or not. Like when they say often,
that was another round of time when kayfabe started going downhill.
Yeah, like
because they bring out someone that CM Punk mentioned. Like he simply just mentioned Laurinaitis, and then next thing you know, you see the guy on TV every freaking week. So it's like, okay, now it's kayfabe doesn't exist because you're talking about someone that we should not even know about.
So CM Punk is part of the reason kayfabe died. I get it. I see. I've been trying to tell you these things.
Hey, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing.
No, but
hashtag CM Punk kayfabe.
I mean that goes with what Triple H said that WWE has changed on the spot. Like they didn't know what the fuck CM Punk was gonna say. They didn't know that he was gonna bring out John Laurinaitis. Now Triple H is like, fuck, we gotta bring John Laurinaitis in so people can know who the fuck this guy is.
And they didn't know. I bet you a lot of people also didn't know Triple H was really involved in the company like that. That was I think that was before they even gave him the COO title.
Yeah.
So like, how am I supposed to know? Oh my God, Triple H. I mean, we know because
Triple H, like I said, and his thing, he's been a part of it for a long time. He's been behind the scenes working with Pat for a long time. Yeah, dude. For a while, dude. Just paying his dues and getting behind the scenes and looking at cameras.
He even said in that podcast that if he wasn't the COO, or if he didn't marry to Stephanie, he would still try to be behind there, working with the talent, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, man. Like I said, how we know. Like I said in the first,
everyone else has left. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock. Everyone else has left. Dude, even Mick Foley, I don't even. No, I mean I don't even consider him. But to say Triple H would actually stay around. And you have people like Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. Yeah, they're part of the JJ Security, but before that, they were actually agents in the back. Fit Finley.
Billy Gunn's there.
Billy Gunn, Fit Finley, Road Dogg, all those guys.
Regal's
probably the best.
Regal's awesome.
He's the reason NXT is what it is. Also, because he's a
scout. He's a coach.
He's a scout. Also,
all these guys they stuck around.
He's been to CZW. He's been to PWG. He's the one that
Yeah.
I just found out that Drake Younger was the ref.
Oh my God.
Ref.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens' first match.
CZW, stand up, because CZW. If you don't know what that is, Combat Zone Wrestling.
Yeah.
This is where we got our Dean Ambrose from. This is where we got
That's
our
hardcore, dude. Yeah. That's really hardcore. Like they started off like I'm actually tip my hat to CZW because they started off in a backyard production, dude. Out in the field, dude.
That's where Dean Ambrose had his matches.
Yeah, dude.
He had a crowd of like 10 people having a barbed wire ring match.
Oof.
Just really?
Dude, it was crazy. Like one of his barbed wire matches, I think it was against Sami Callihan. They said that they had to cut that match a bit because they were really in danger of getting shredded.
Sign him? WWE's working on signing Callahan? Or
no, he's about to debut, bro.
Yeah, Solomon Crow. He's going to debut next week.
He's been on. Well, think about Solomon Crow. He's about to debut soon. He's one of my favorite wrestlers.
He signed in 2013.
Yes.
So he's been back.
He's been in the bag hiding exactly. Everyone, there's people that have come and have left.
All right. So right here, I just want to say it's been on my head for a little while now. All right, you got 5 guys you want to cut from WWE right now. 5. I guess we'll say 5 faces, really. 5 faces that we see a lot. Like 5 guys you want to cut right now, since there's so much talent.
But see, when you say that though, like we have to keep in mind, we may want to cut some people, but there's people that we have to think that if they leave, how would that impact? So it has to be like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People that would just like, you know what, we don't need this person in the WWE.
For instance, I guess we could all say Big Show and Kane are here, right? So really, it's 3. So
so you got
Big Show and Kane.
7. Come on, you still gotta give us 5. Come on.
5.
I would say Mark Henry, but he's basically cut himself.
I was gonna say that too.
And Rey Mysterio.
I just said. Remember, it's got like guys that we're seeing every day. You know what I mean? That 5 guys.
Kane and Big Show come to mind instantly. They have to go.
Yeah, I didn't even finish my sentence. I said cut. Kane and Big Show.
Who else comes to mind? I mean,
that we see or that we don't see, like that.
No, that you do see. I'm not talking about cut Sin Cara. I'm not talking about cut.
No, because like, well, I would cut Sin Cara because he's like not.
He's halfway relevant though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I'm talking about cut guys like you said, like Big Show and Kane. You see those guys all the time, but like who are 3 more? You could say 3 more that you make space for some guys to bump up in NXT. And then with 3 guys bump up in NXT, that means 3 other guys from both
knees. Bellas.
Well,
my 5 would be the Divas division, except Paige.
If you would have asked me this question a few months ago, I would have said Sheamus. But honestly, this repackage actually might work. This might give him a little bit more life, and I actually like seeing him around.
I do, dude. I really like it.
Besides them, I don't even know, man. Like,
there's some that get used a lot. And you don't want to see them, and there's some that don't get used enough.
That's
you
the one.
Want to see
that's the one that it
that's
bothers
the thing.
me.
That's hard, man.
It's hard to think.
WWE has a ton of fucking talent.
But
we're not being shown.
You gotta cut 5 guys. You gotta cut 5. The thing is, it's like the capacity.
I can name 5 people that are not doing anything right now that they should cut, but I can tell you the reasons why they won't. One being Darren Young. They're not going to cut him because he's a big supporter of the gay community.
Yeah, he opened up like dildos and stuff. Yeah,
right. But they're not going to cut him because now he's like the WWE spokesman for that.
Hashtag dildo match. Hashtag AWE dildo match, dude. That would hurt.
I thought we were away from the Pornhubs.
They won't cut.
You mentioned Pornhub. I just said dildo
They won't
match.
cut David Otunga because one, he's married to a celebrity.
Wait, he's still on the roster?
Yes, he's married to a celebrity and he's an actual lawyer. They won't cut him either.
What? Because they'll sue.
I would say Epico and Primo.
I was thinking
Yeah,
that
the
too.
Matadors.
The Matadors.
I was thinking that too.
You
The
look
Matadors,
at
but
them as
unfortunately-
Epico Primo, and you look at them as Matadors, both.
And unfortunately, that means you'd have to cut El Torito too because of
Yeah, I would have to get rid of them. Bring
Yeah.
up the Von Billions. I'm good. You know,
Olay.
besides that, I mean, really, there's not much else.
So it's just, how do you find this room? But you know what, though, man? You got 3 damn hours.
You know
Cut some
Goldust
of
is
them
gonna
damn
be-
You
promos
also
down,
got
dude.
SmackDown too, man. Like you just have. They
It's
have.
like they
the
won't
space.
cut Hornswoggle.
You don't realize how much there is. There's Raw, SmackDown, there's a main event, there's a, so is it Sunday, Saturday? No, there's something
That's
on.
it. I mean, they used to have.
No, there's another thing on.
they
the
used to
weekend.
have
Saturday show.
They used to have the Saturday Morning Slam, but they got rid of that.
Are you sure?
it was like more of the kids shit.
But,
no.
God damn it! I was gonna say something and I
Just-
forgot. Okay, so looking back, like at the Attitude Era, that was probably the most stacked roster
Oh
in
my
history.
God, dude.
How was it that they were able to have a show so great from beginning to end? Because everyone was invested. There was a storyline for everyone involved.
And they even had backstage stuff. They had in-ring stuff.
for
and it's still
mid-card guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now, how do they?
I think they could still do it.
They
could
could.
still do it today because it's a big roster, a lot of talent,
Yeah.
but it's not
It's like-
as big as the.
No,
They don't want to waste. They don't want
kinda-
to waste the time creatively, and I don't think they don't want to waste.
They're kind of doing it, bringing in Curtis Axel. I know a lot of people don't like. I'm a big fan of Curtis Axel.
Axelmania.
Axelmania.
Yeah,
They're kind of
hey,
doing it with him.
hey,
He
what-
was not used at all. They were actually using him in NXT more, but now they're the whole Axelmania thing actually is catching on. You know,
He was.
it gave him.
It's like the next Battle
He
Revolution.
was in the
basically.
Rumble for over a week.
Yeah.
He's still going, dude.
Supposedly Dean Ambrose eliminated him.
Yeah.
Somebody, I saw that on Instagram, which you can follow us too at.
Dude, it'd be so funny if Zach was here right now.
At
He's
the 2 Count
He's been robbed. He's been robbed.
At the 2 Count podcast on Instagram
Well,
and on Twitter.
I saw a picture about that he was complaining he's still in the Rumble for a week, and Dean Ambrose eliminates him, and some people were just tripping out like, you can't. Somebody eliminated can't eliminate somebody. I'm like, that's how much you don't know about the Royal Rumble.
But going back to what Jerry was saying, though, they could get rid of those talents that they're paying a lot of money to, bring them off, and they can literally bump up like 4 or 5 guys from NXT right now. And you know what that does? That not only does it bring them into the main roster, but that also frees up spots in NXT for guys that have yet to debut, like Chad Gable, all those type of guys. Even Ty Dillinger, who is kind of in a tag team with this guy named Jason Jordan. These guys are actually pretty good. But
Jason
they're
Jordan's
not.
been there for a while.
I know. I don't really like
Dillinger's
Jason Jordan.
good. I've
But
heard a lot of
Dillinger
good things
is
from Dillinger.
ridiculously good. They just need to get these guys on TV. They got to give them character. Leaving them off television like they did with Solomon Crow is not helping. And I'm so glad they're finally doing something with him. But like
Do you like that whole Inspector Gadget thing he's gonna do?
The hacker thing.
the hacker
Yeah.
gimmick is
Yeah, I
going to be.
love it.
pretty
That's the
sick,
thing
dude.
that I
Different.
was
I
way more interested in.
think
in
they
general.
dropped it. They're bringing it back now because of the current stuff that's going on with Sony, and that's smart by Triple H.
Oh.
You know, that's what
like
what
the whole hacker.
Yeah,
That's
what-
You've
that's
never
what that-
seen it before, and it's 2015. Let's why not do it?
Exactly.
And also the
it's
Sony
relevant.
stuff that happened
It
with
kind
it.
of reminds me, like, I know y'all might be like, no, but like, the Chris Jericho thing, like how the countdown came on, it's got like that kind of.
Yeah.
Even though we knew who Chris Jericho was, but like
Like
countdown.
the Save Us when he did like the Save Us
Yeah.
thing. Or when he did that thing when he came back and he had like these promos and they're like this little girl and like this guy, little boy, and it's just really cryptic. And
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for cryptic like promos and vignettes and all that kind of stuff. And Crow has had that in the last few weeks.
You can do so much with Solomon Crow, just with
Yeah.
this
There's
kid
so
with that
much they can
character.
do with him. They can
He's
turn
got a good image to him too.
Really
you know?
good image with that. Yeah.
He's got a really good look to it.
Like he's a hardcore on the indies. He's a hardcore legend.
Yeah, but
Just
like
Dean
one
Ambrose
thing I just
was.
gotta like transition. You transition to WWE, all hardcore goes out the window.
Yeah, it goes away. So it's all about in ring, right?
Yeah.
And
I would
I
say
mean,
he still has it.
the thing is, look, you
Just
look
be
at Kevin,
physical.
Look
Look
at
at Kevin
Kevin Owens.
Owens.
Look at Kevin Owens, though. He is not hardcore anymore. But you wouldn't.
I don't think I wouldn't say he ever was.
I would say he was.
Oh.
Bro, like he.
Well, no,
maybe not. Like I wouldn't label him.
Well, I'm talking about hardcore, like as in like
just like bloody matches, and
like
stuff,
throwing that trash can at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A fork.
Raven.
Kevin Owens probably wasn't that, but like,
I saw some shit.
yeah,
I seen some shit.
ZZ Dub.
but like Owens has had those just a little bit more obscure matches, not the straight up in ring stuff, you know. And Callahan, you know, he's in that ballpark. So it's gonna be good to see him. I'm sorry, CZ Dub.
Hashtag CZ Dub.
That CZ Dub thing was just super serious.
Yeah.
CZ Dub.
But something that I would actually like them to take from CZW or from IWA, fucking deathmatch. You don't have to make it bloody, or at least make the last man standing match, you know, better than.
Yeah,
because they usually suck.
Like a good 30-minute last man standing match between two guys that you know that they can do it. I can see him doing it in NXT more than WWE right now.
I can see Seth Rollins doing any kind of match. Just
no
doing,
man.
Dude.
Wait, dildo match?
Dude, hey man, dude.
What's inside his Money in the Bank match?
He's got something vibrating.
He got something in there, dude.
He's got more pictures of Shreeder, whatever the fuck her name is.
Sarah, right?
Sahara. The Sahara Desert.
Is she gonna be a model or a wrestler?
I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a model, dude.
She look like a model.
If not, they'll
she's
train
got
her.
like this big chest plate, dude. It's huge.
They'll train
So
her.
I wonder what she's gonna do.
I don't know.
She's gonna
Man.
valet for.
There's a lot of. Oh, by the way,
Valet
speaking
for
of that,
Rollins?
thanks for
A
reminding
new
me.
addition to JJ Security.
Corbin, valet for Corbin.
Jerry,
Crow.
remember,
I'm trying to think of tattooy people.
Remember when we did our
Sex?
when we watched NXT, we had mentioned that someone got signed with that girl Zara.
Yeah, Gion Daddio.
She basically debuted at TakeOver as a crazy fan attached to Tyler Breeze, which is awesome. It's an awesome way to debut.
He was coming out
Hey,
at
dude,
Separate
you're hard on Tyler Breeze, huh?
I love Tyler Breeze.
I like Tyler Breeze too, dude. I just
I don't
feel
know
like
what it is.
I feel like I grab a lot of like Tyler love. You know, like I could just see you like.
I'm telling you, man.
Dude, I could just see
What's
you.
funny?
I can see you, dude. He's doing that selfie pic.
And
I can see you calling.
just back there, dude. I'll be the next one, man. You don't have to be a chick to be a huge fan of Tyler Breeze, man.
I just Tyler Breeze.
Got it, man.
Dude, I was just thinking when he brought the selfie stick, I thought he was going to use that to cheat against, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's a perfect use of a weapon right there.
I don't even know what the hell that was,
To
dude.
keep, it's a selfie stick.
Yeah.
It was like covered in fur, like it's like a giant fur.
It was so funny. I'm like,
Taking a selfie.
I'm like, what the fuck? They have selfie sticks now? How far am I from this culture?
Dude, I just discovered it at the store the other day. I'm like, I didn't know this existed, dude. I seriously did not know this shit
Were
existed.
you asking for one?
I'll be laughing. I'll be laughing if an NXT shop, which you can go to
I was just gonna say
NXTshop.com.
that,
I'm gonna start selling them.
Selfie stick.
But yeah, anyway, so you know,
selfie stick.
that just goes to show that they have so much unsigned talent that they're trying to work in there. They're trying to work into the roster, and that just means some people are gonna get called up soon. So I would like to see Charlotte. I would
I
like to
think
see
Neville's
Bayley.
getting that call up soon.
Neville probably very soon. I mean, I think they've pretty much done everything they can with him.
Why do I feel like Hideo is gonna get called up before anyone?
No.
I just don't see what angle.
It's
hard, you know.
I
Like,
see what
I
you're
see
saying,
them
yeah.
pushing him. Like
He's kind of out of place.
Exactly.
He's very seasoned. He's a veteran on the indie scene.
he's
in
not
Japan.
older. He's a lot older than you think.
Oh, he's like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's like 40. What?
Yeah.
Or late 30s at least.
Yeah.
He's a lot
pretty
older
old,
than
dude.
you think, dude.
He's like where CM Punk's at right now. Like that's where he's
But
at.
I think Triple H.
But
wants
I agree. I think actually he should get called before anyone else because they need to go ahead and establish him now while he has a good run in him, a long run.
Yeah.
But I think Triple H wants to get his money's worth out of Hideo.
Oh yeah, exactly.
This is the thing. Like him just teasing everybody with the GTS.
I think
Like,
that's
he's
gonna
getting.
be
You know, he's getting. He's
that's
going
to be the replacement, for him.
The replacement.
Every
for
time
Punk.
he goes up for that, dude,
Yes,
that place,
he just puts them on the shore. He could be doing a
That's all
he
he
could be doing
does.
an attitude adjustment for all we know.
and they go, they want the F5.
It looks like they're about to riot in there every time he picks him up on that.
Every time.
And then he does the
But
running
no one
knee.
even recognizes that he actually does. His finishing move is basically the same move as Dan Bryan.
Yeah, the running knee.
The type of running knee.
The goat knee.
Goat knee.
And no one really mentioned that, but everyone wants to see that GTS. For
No,
God,
I saw it when he went against Tyler Breeze. I'm like, oh shit, he did the running. I thought he did the Shining Wizard, but I'm like, no, he did the
No,
running
he
knee.
literally did a high knee to him, and it's
Goat knee.
also really good too.
The running goat. But
go.
dang. So what else do we got to cover?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and close this podcast up. Just remember, tweet us, Facebook us, like us, tickle us, touch us. I'm to count.
What isn't that coffee?
Yeah. Go ahead and send us your questions about any aspects of wrestling.
Make sure you check out our the actual show. It's on iTunes, but it's also mostly on YouTube. You can catch all the new ones on there as well, and all the links are on Facebook. So you gotta check us out on Facebook and just post on there. And let us know what you want to hear and what you want to talk about.
Questions, whatever. And just remember, always kick out at 2. John Cena's up on top of the Silver Dome.
Oh my God. He's on top.
He fell and broke his neck just like Owen Hart. God bless his soul. He fell.
Oh my God.
1, 2, kick out!
This episode has been brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com and NXT.com and WWEshop.com. Thank you.
Promotions.